do more single-player add-ons for games in the future. Not everything is always possible, but we still love single-player more than anything.
For years, my favorite game has always been the same controversial pick. A game most people find mediocre or extremely disappointing. A game that, if it weren't for its extremely enthusiastic modding scene, would be completely irrelevant by today. That game is Fallout 4. But I don't like Fallout 4 because it's a Fallout. And while its post-apocalyptic atmosphere is very appealing to me, there are countless other games set in the post-apocalypse that are more original, deep, and atmospheric than Fallout 4 could ever be. The reason I love Fallout 4 is because of one character that does an amazing job at one simple thing: portraying an addict. Many games feature characters who use substances. Max Payne, for example, is an ex-NYPD detective who got hooked on booze and painkillers after a tragic event where his family was killed by drug addicts. Always seen with a glass and popping Percocets in cutscenes, it's clear that Max is almost constantly high or drunk. However, this fact is rarely ever implemented in gameplay, and while his story is realistic, it's far from relatable. Kate, in Fallout 4, is much different. Kate is a character that I've been invested in for a very long time, popping up in my mind long after I stopped playing Fallout 4. Her struggles with addiction are not only seen in gameplay, but also reflect into her personality, making her, in my eyes, an exceptional depiction of someone suffering from addiction, right down to the causes, to the minor details. She's lived a life filled with misery around every corner, a life tainted by trauma and misfortune. Addiction has ingrained itself into every aspect of her character and mindset in a way that no other piece of media has ever come close to matching. And it's for this reason that I feel the need to talk about her story, and her reliance on substances, as it will not only explain the real-world effects drugs have on people, but also the causes of addiction in the first place. So if you'll allow me, I'd like to talk to you about Kate, leaving no detail unmentioned and no piece of dialogue unanalyzed. This is a video I've been wanting to make for years, and it will undoubtedly be the longest video I have ever made. This is the most accurate depiction of an addict in video games. Like with many quests in the game, our story starts in Diamond City. Fresh out of the vault, seeing your wife get game ended, you'll be directed to the safe haven smack dab in the middle of Boston, after helping some Minutemen avoid getting clapped by raiders. Punching Piper to skip the cutscene and make our way inside, we'll inevitably walk past one of these guys, Diamond City Security, who, as the name implies, are responsible for keeping the city secure by keeping out raiders, super mutants, wildlife, and even ghouls. And if that sounds like an ethno-state, that's because it is, smooth skin. Anyways, by interacting with any of the guards, we can hear about some rumors surrounding the wasteland, one of which being about a place called the Combat Zone, a raider-exclusive fight club where spectators can watch two people battle to death for entertainment. Immediately upon entering the zone, we start to understand what type of establishment this is. To the left, we see rule breakers, people who have either 1. Fought outside the cage, 2. Snuck in without paying a fee, or 3. Begged or loitered around the zone too long for comfort. Upon opening the door directly in front of us, we can see raiders cheering on a fight happening between two people, a nameless raider and Kate, the entire reason I'm making this video in the first place. Once we interrupt or walk in, all raiders immediately turn hostile and Kate finishes the fight. Upon stomping out the raiders' heads onto the walls with our power fist, we get to talking with the announcer, Tommy, and the headliner, Kate.
Is it over? Well, that could have gone worse.
I dunno. Seemed quite the performance from where I was standing.
Are you fucking high or something? Why am I asking? Of course you are.
Was still winning the fight, wasn't I?
You're strung out and getting sloppy is what you are. Of course, I suppose you ain't gotta worry about that now. Seems this one just put us out of business. I'm not sure if I should kiss you or have my little bird here feed you your own entrails.
I told you to quit calling me that.
We can also inquire further into the combat zone in case we forgot why we're here.
What is this place?
Not from around here, huh? This is the combat zone. Finest arena in the Commonwealth. Kate here's the headliner. 100+ matches, undefeated. We used to serve a more legit clientele. But about 2 years ago, a gang of raiders rolled in and we became a more exclusive establishment. Up until you took our entire client base out of the gene pool and put us out of business, that is.
Out of business? What do you mean?
Not the entrepreneurial sort, are ya? Keeping those idiots entertained was what kept us in caps. Now just what the hell are we supposed to do?
To hell with them. More'll come. Just need a quick breather and I'll be ready to go.
A breather? What? So you can slam more of that junk into your arm now? Now, you know what? I think this was a blessing in disguise.
Now with no more raiders to bring in caps, Tommy finds himself in a predicament.
You caught the end of that bout. What'd you think of Kate's work?
Not sure. I didn't catch the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess you were pretty busy cleaning house. Impressive
Why
work.
are you so mean?
Makes me
bro?
think you're
Get
good enough to do
along.
me a favor. So here's my predicament.
No.
I suddenly got no audience. No audience means I got no caps coming in. And if you ain't bringing in caps, little bird, you ain't an asset. You're a liability to me and to yourself. So, here's what I'm thinking. What say I let you take over her contract? She goes with you, watches your back. Look, you'd be doing me a favor while I try and get the place back in order. What do you say?
Me? And him?
Asking you to take over Kate's contract for financial reasons, as she serves no more purpose in the combat zone. After passing a charisma check, however, we're able to find out the real reason Tommy wants Kate gone.
Why would you want her to go with me?
Yeah, Tommy. Just why the hell you trying to get rid of me?
Look, truth is, all that junk, it's been making you careless. And I don't want to be the one doing color commentary when you finally hit the floor. All right? So just do me this favor. Both of you. Please.
Tommy does indeed care about Kate, enough to want her to get clean from the junk she's slamming into her arm, and enough not to want to be there when Kate loses a fight and suffers the consequences.
Sure. I could use someone watching my back.
Good. It's settled then. And here, take this. It's the purse from the last fight. Exterminator's fee.
Now just wait a second. What exactly are you gonna do without me here?
You don't need to worry about me.
I find you, I kill you.
I'll get this place set up right. Maybe find a less blood-soaked clientele. Now get the hell out of here. You ain't welcome anymore, little bird.
You're a real son of a bitch. You know that, Tommy?
You don't have to tell me.
Seeing as how Kate
Showdown. Showdown.
seems to be a competent fighter, we agreed to take over her contract and travel with us. This is not what was originally planned, however. The combat zone was supposed to be an interactable combat arena where you could fight enemies for a good amount of caps. However, this idea ended up falling apart for whatever reason. Luckily for us, the mod Combat Zone Restored by Barbarica lets us explore what the combat zone was meant to be, as well as the initially intended voice lines for Kate and Tommy. In the cut version, Tommy would invite the player to fight against Kate, after which you'd go into the basement and be lifted up into the cage. Defeating Kate in a fight, we get one of the most interesting pieces of cut dialogue.
Quit standing there and finish it already. The hell are you waiting for?
What's the matter with you?
Everything's the matter with me. Just forget it.
Kate asks us to finish it by killing her. Through this cut dialogue, we learn that Kate is suicidal far before the idolization dialogue discussed later. Shortly after, Tommy asks to speak with you, where we can say
Oh. I better made none of the game, man. That's all I need.
О, смотри, тут халява.
Can you give me that?
What?
Can you give me back and give me
Yeah.
tools?
Thank you, man.
I don't have size.
You need anything else?
Can you give
Ah,
me
okay.
back?
Wait.
Do you have Dragon of
Where do you need to go?
SVDN?
I can give you.
Yes, you
Go,
need.
go. Lead me.
How much do you want for that?
150. Same as
Okay.
last one.
Which?
6. Apartment
I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I belong.
Shut up.
Or not. Bro, what is this game? Why is that gun so overpowered? It one taps.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey yo, what gun one taps?
Pop gun.
Freaking